everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see a couple of second-year running backs who may be seeing a lot of each other over the next few years. It's Ezekiel Elliott and Rob Kelly. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedExField in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And hello again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gotton here in the booth. And, Chuck, you take a look at this matchup. I don't know if it's going to be one in the trenches from the quarterbacks out, whatever. It's going to be a good game.
Oh, without a doubt. I can't wait to see the big fellas have an impact. We're always spotlighting those wide receivers and quarterbacks and running backs and even the defensive backs. But the big guys, I can't wait to see which one tilts the balance for their team.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, the 135th pick of the draft back in 2016 from Mississippi State.
For a fourth-round selection, Dak Prescott looked as comfortable as a rookie quarterback could look right from game one. And by the end of the year, accumulated a lot of statistics, but the biggest one, 13 wins, which tied him with Ben Roethlisberger for the most as a rookie starting quarterback.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And the offensive starters for Dallas.
The trademark of the Cowboys offense is balance. They start with the running game, the #2 running team in the NFL in 2016. And while the number 23 passing number may give some cause for alarm, don't look at it that way. They run the ball so well and so effectively that when they do decide to throw the football, it often results in big plays downfield.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. And now a look at the Washington defense.
There were high hopes in Washington in 2016 as they expected their defense to ascend into a top 10 type of a unit. Instead, it was a struggle all season long. So they had to retool this past off season, and they're going to start with trying to lock down the running game. Very tough to do in the NFC East, and if they do that, maybe their Pro Bowl cornerback Josh Norman will have more opportunities out on the corner.
Third and short yardage. Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So they dial up the blitz on 3rd and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation. But instead, they end up back at the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now the 7th-year man, Chris Jones, on to kick. Back deep for the Redskins, Jamison Crowder. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
I think he just gets better and better. He was third in the NFL in passing yardage in 2016. In fact, over the last 2 seasons, over 9,000 yards passing, the 4th most in the NFL.
The first carry down for Rob Kelly. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. They'll go again with Kelly. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the gun, here's Cousins. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
When I evaluated Jamison Crowder coming out of Duke, I thought he was already a pro in how he approached the game and ran routes, and I think his head coach Jay Gruden agrees.
Yeah, he has said repeatedly we want to keep him on the field as much as possible. He had 847 yards, 7 touchdowns a season ago. A first down throw for Cousins. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. 2nd down now after the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out, a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On 1st and 10, Prescott going right side. He has Witten. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, big hit. So we've hit halftime here in what obviously is a very fast-moving first half of play. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, guys, and welcome everyone to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the scoreless first half of play. It's a 0-0 game at half, so both sides obviously love their defense and hate their offense. Moving forward, we'll just have to see if it's the first to score that wins. Hopkins is set up to kick it away. The return will start from the 49, and he'll be tackled after a gain of 26. Cowboys now later on the drive. On the carry, there goes Ezekiel Elliott. He takes off but only picks up 5 yards on this run. Cowboys have it later on the drive. Everett's going to take down the QB here. This will go for a loss of 8. Redskins with the ball early in the second. Cousins going to find his mark, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to their own 37-yard line. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. No points in this one yet, but we'll hand it back over to a man who's always on point. That's Brandon Gott.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Cousins now to throw on first down. Josh Doxson's got it complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
It's good to see Josh Dotson back on the field. Only 2 games played as a rookie due to an injury. They need his high-flying ways to spark their offense.
And they expect a lot out of those high-flying ways. 3rd wide receiver taken in last year's draft. This is Kelly, and nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Third down now following the run. Cousins now from the 50. And that is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Here's Tressway now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Looking to throw. Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
First down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Second down following the run. Here's Here's Elliott. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. Now the former Redskin 1,000-yard man. This is Alfred Morris. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So a big kick coming now for Dan Bailey. This for the lead in the final stages. And this one is right down the middle. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So it took a while to get anything on the scoreboard, but we finally have our first points of the contest.
And now this becomes a question of, can they make this stand up? The defense has been impeccable thus far, and now they need to go out and finish strong.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to throw. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And now it's second down. They'll look to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it would appear the Cowboys are going to win this football game. So they had to take the shot there. Obviously, that was pretty much it, their last chance.
No other play for them, right? I mean, there's no other choice. It's not like you can have some strategy move, right? Punt it away and open. No, that's what they had to do. Right now, that offensive unit, they're pretty discouraged on the sidelines. They're going to feel like they let the team down in that situation, but they were in a tough spot to begin with.
And with no timeouts now, they just need a miracle.
Yeah, an absolute miracle. If the team that has the ball, just find a way to run out the clock, take care of the ball, and go home a winner.
One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from